For many pop culture fanatics out there, when you say the words "A Song of Ice and Fire," they're most likely going to be thinking about George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones. But when I hear the words "A Song of Ice and Fire," those words hold a completely different meaning for me. What's going on, my fellow combatants? Brooklyn Wolf back at it again with another review featuring Storm Collectibles, Scorpion, and Subzero, deadliest of enemies. Actually, they're bros now, and that's pretty cool. They're no longer stuck in the eternal fatal rival purgatory, which means hopefully it'll pave the way for a spiritual sequel to Shaolin Monks, with these two as the main characters. Please, Ed Boon, just make the damn game. Scorpion and Subzero are based off of the classic alternate outfits from Mortal Kombat 11. If you own the earlier 12th scale figures, you know what to expect. A quality figure, but on the larger scale. And that allows for a more detailed sculpt and an outfit made out of fabric. Before I gush about these two ninja, let me get the negatives out of the way first. They're pretty expensive. If you need to have these in your collection, be prepared to shell out some combat coins. At $250 US, and that's excluding tax and shipping, well, they're not cheap, that's for damn sure. With the amount of accessories that comes with these two figures, if you knocked off $25 from the overall price, it would have made more sense. And even still, at $225, that's still quite an ask, but a more acceptable one. The second item I want to discuss is the head sculpt. Why did I repeat that? Because that's what Storm Collectibles did. What separates Scorpion and Subzero are the masks, the pupils, and the scar over Sub-Zero's eye, but they're essentially the same sculpt. In the earlier games, the ninja were palette swaps. Same actor, different colors. But these are based off of Mortal Kombat 11, and they both have very different, distinct faces. It's a little lazy on Storm Collectibles' part, and it's unfortunate. And honestly, it's a little offensive. I'm sure it wasn't their intention, but don't let it happen again, Storm. Now, this is where I think I got my money's worth. But before I get to that, I do want to mention the last negative, and that is the wrist pegs. By the Elder Gods, they were so annoying. For extensive play, if you want to swap hands, make sure you have pliers and boiling water. I'm going to read something that I wrote over at Collector Freaks forums that perfectly summarizes my thoughts on the wrist pegs. The wrists are seriously annoying. I haven't run into any breakage issues, but I want to warn anyone getting these, do not twist. Get yourself pliers and hot water/hair dryer. When you pull the hands out of the forearms, the pegs will typically follow along, and when that happens, not even King Arthur can pull the peg out with his bare hands. Don't let this discourage you from getting the figure though, there's still a ton of fun. Most fun I've had with toys in a while, aside from 3-Zero's Naruto. But man, those wrist pegs. Despite the issues I have with these figures, the price, the recycled head sculpt, and the wrist pegs, I still had a ton of fun with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Admittedly, if the wrist pegs were not such a pain in the ass, I could have had even more fun. With their first Mortal Kombat 6 scale entries, they're off to a decent start. As long as they can learn from their mistakes moving forward, I will gladly stick by this line. But that remains to be seen. So, thanks for watching, my fellow combatants.